Welcome back to this 8-minute daily core Pilates workout. Today we're going to be firing up those transverse abdominal muscles, your obliques, to create a nice strong center to power you through the day. Let's begin seated at the end of your mat, and then on your breath out you're going to roll yourself all the way down to the ground. Once there, place your feet closer towards your hip bones, and then you're just going to take some pelvic tilts to find neutral center for you. Once you've done that, hands come behind the head, and we're going to start off with 10 crunches. So pressing evenly into both feet into the ground. You're going to draw your belly button in and then think about bringing your ribs towards your hips as you lift your head and shoulders off the ground. Make sure that your elbows are nice and wide to the side and you're not pulling your head forward. Lovely work. On your next breath out, you're going to bring your legs up to tabletop one at a time. Crunch your head and shoulders back up, and then we're going for single leg extensions. So staying on one side, you're going to extend your leg away from your center and then draw it back in. So you're breathing out as you extend, breathe in as you bring it back into tabletop. You have 10 on this leg, and then once you've done your 10, you're going to switch over straight to the other side. And switch. Make sure that you're using your breath to help you get through the movement. If your neck is feeling like it's getting a little bit strange, you can pop your head down for a second, and then when you're ready, bring your head and shoulders back up off the ground. Make sure that you keep drawing that belly button down in towards your spine and your lower back is pressed into the mat. You're doing so well. We're now going to go into alternating our legs. So upper body is staying in that same position, really drawing that belly button down. I'm sure you're feeling your core by now. And then you're extending one leg at a time, alternating each time. Once you've done your 10, you're going to drop your head and shoulders down. Your legs come down as well. Take a nice deep breath for a second to reset. And then we're going to move into our next section. So staying laying on the ground, you're going to extend one leg away, one leg stays up towards the ceiling, and then the straight leg is going to start moving up and down. So you're thinking about really drawing that belly button in, so it's your core that's lifting your leg up, not your hip flexors. You want to keep your hips nice and steady as you're doing this, so if you want to check in to make sure that you're not moving your hips too much, you can bring your hand so your thumb is on your hip bone and your finger is touching the ground, and that will just give you a little bit of feedback to know whether you're moving around too much. Once you've done your 10 on one side, you're going to switch straight over to the other leg. Good job. Once you've done your 10 on both sides, you're going to extend both legs away. Hands come behind the head. We're going to lift the head and shoulders off the ground, drawing that belly button down. We're going to repeat those same movements, but with one leg extended away from the body and one straight leg is moving up and down. Repeating this movement with both legs straight this time just means that you're causing a little bit more instability throughout the body, so your core has to work a little bit more to keep you nice and steady. And switch legs. Breathing out as you lift and breathe in as you lower. You have 2 more on this leg, and then you're going to go straight into your scissor kicks. We're just doing 10 alternating here. Oh, well done. That was a tough little series. Bring everything back down towards the mat. Extend your arms above your head and your legs away. Take a nice big stretch, really letting those abdominals rest for a second. And then when you're ready, you're going to place your feet back towards your hip bones, hands come behind the head, and on your breath out, bring the legs up into tabletop. Progressing from our single leg stretch, this time on your breath out, you're going to extend one leg away and then crunch over so opposite elbow meets opposite knee in the middle. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you come up to crunch. You're really going to feel this one in your obliques. Everything is working at the moment, so keep with the breath to help you out. Once you've done your 10, you're going straight over to the other side. Check in with what your pelvis and your core is doing. You want to keep drawing that belly button down, pressing your lower back into the mat, making sure that your back is nice and supported, and only bring your extending leg down as far as you can still keep that core engaged. So we do not want your back to arch at any point. You're doing so well. Once you've done your 10, you're going to go straight into 10 alternating bicycles. My core is burning by now, so I know yours will be too. Well done. Bring everything down to the mat again, and let's go for that pencil stretch. So reaching your arms and legs away from your center, giving your core a nice, well-deserved break. If you want to take a couple leans either side just to stretch out your obliques as well, feel free to do so. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly turn yourself onto the side to come into our side plank. Extending your legs away, you're going to come into an elbow side plank. Keep it lifted in the waist, and then that top leg is going to start moving up and down. So you want to keep everything nice and steady. It's just a leg moving from the hip, and you've got 10 reps here. Moving straight into our hip dips, you're going to lower your hips towards the mat and then crunch straight back up. So this one is really going to get into those obliques. And then keeping with the hip movement, we're going to add an arm to come into our mermaids. So as you breathe out, you're going to lift your waist, and at the same time, the top arm is coming over your head and then back down. So keep the movement quite flowy, keep it nice and controlled. You've just got 10 here, and then we'll switch to the other side. Lovely work. Bring yourself down slowly and then come over to the other side as we're going to repeat all of that on this side. So coming into your side plank position, let's start with our leg lifts. Even though we are focusing on the core in this position, you are also very much working your shoulders and your hips as well. So if you're feeling that full body burn right now, just take it as a bonus. And let's move into our hip dips. You're doing so great. We're almost there. And finally moving into our mermaid. So let's add that arm. If you're starting to feel a little bit fatigued, you can come down to your knees and do this from a half plank position, but you've just got a few more reps. Well done. Bring yourself all the way down and then come onto your front. You're going to push your hips back towards your heels to come into a lovely child stretch. Take one more nice deep breath here, and then when you're ready, roll yourself up into 4-point kneeling. And then on your next breath out, you're going to extend both legs behind you to come into a full plank. We're just going to hold this for 10 seconds. So really drawing that belly button in, squeeze the glutes, and really connect to your breath. From here, you're going to start drawing one knee in towards your chest and then bring it back into that plank. You've got 10 reps on each side, and then we're done. Try not to rush it, but really control the movement. So you want to try and bring that knee in as close to your chest as you can, coming in a little bit closer each time. If you haven't yet, switch legs. You've got your last 10 reps here. Well done. Bring your leg back and then push your hips up into a pyramid position. So you're trying to press your heels down and towards the ground and press your chest through your arms as close to your legs as you can, so you get a lovely stretch down both sides of the body. Take a couple nice deep breaths here, really enjoy the stretch. And then when you're ready, you're going to come back through your plank, rolling yourself all the way down into the ground, and then coming up into a cobra. So rolling your shoulder blades back, so you're really stretching out those abdominals. You can either stay there as you are, or you can take a few nice head rolls just to release the neck, as that's probably gotten a little bit tired over the course of this workout as well. On your next breath, push your hips back towards your heels and just enjoy this nice child stretch. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more weekly Pilates videos.